All right. Hello everyone. So in this lecture, we will try to see one interesting interview questions related to the SQL. So which is, so can you drop all columns from the table? Can you tell me answer? Is it possible to drop all columns from the table? Right. We will see practically also. Let us see. So question is it possible to drop all columns in a table? Right. So here we are not only going to see with respect to the Oracle database, and also we will explore some interesting things in PostgreSQL and MySQL also, right? Generally, you all know that it is not possible to delete all, drop all columns from the table. That is the general rule, okay? So every table must contain at least one column, right? So if you try to drop all columns in the table, right, definitely it will raise an error, it will throw an error, right? All relational databases throw an error, right? We will explore one by one, okay? We will start from Oracle database, then we will go to MySQL and then PostgreSQL, right? See here, you can't drop all columns from the Oracle database, right? If you try to drop the Oracle database, then what will happen? So that is the error that you are going to get. Oracle raises an error saying that, so you cannot drop all columns in a table, right? There is a table called employees. Assume that there are two columns. One is the employee name and employee ID. So you are trying to drop, assume that you dropped already one column, employee name. So table is containing the two columns. One is the employee name and another one is the employee ID, right? Now assume you dropped the one column called employee name, right? And you are trying to drop one more column which is employee ID. So then what Oracle engine is saying to you? Tell me. ORA 12983. That is the error code. Error code. Cannot drop all columns in a table. Cannot drop all columns in a table. Right? This is with respect to the Oracle. Right? Now you can do one thing. So instead of dropping the all columns, you can drop entire table, right? So before dropping the entire table, I suggest take the backup of the existing table and then try to drop. So you'll try to see that workaround, right? Yeah, MySQL. So what do you get here? You cannot drop the last column. I mean, like you can't drop the all columns. That's what the meaning, right? MySQL also does not allow it dropping the last remaining column of a table, right? So there is no meaning. Basically, there is no meaning. Why? What is the purpose of dropping the all columns, right? Instead, you can directly remove the table from the database itself, right? At least you will get some space for some other tables, right? Here also see what kind of error you are getting. So similarly, here also there are two tables are there, two columns are there in the table called employee, which is the employee name is the one column and another column is the employee ID. Now you drop the column called employee name and employee ID is remaining. Now you are trying to drop that particular column also. Then what you are what the MySQL engine is telling here? It is throwing an error. What is the error? Error 1090 in the brackets 42,000, and it is saying that you cannot delete all columns with the alter table. Here also you can do some workaround, take the backup of the table and try to drop the table, right? All right. Now see the Postgres. This is one more relational databases. Very nowadays it is getting more popularity because Oracle is a kind licensed version. So most of the organization they wanted to cut the cost. So to cut the licensed cost and all, people are going for open source databases, which is PostgreSQL. Compared to MySQL, it is getting more popularity nowadays, right? So in the course, the paid course that we have, premium course that we have, industry ready course on DS and Oracle database, right? So we are focusing on Oracle database, but trust me, if you explore whatever the topics that we say clearly, and if you complete all the assignments, it is become very easy for you to cover the all other databases, right? All right. Here also they are saying the drop the column or use the create table as to copy the only required columns. Okay. So we will see practically also one by one, right? Are you getting what I'm saying? So no database is allow you to delete the tables or drop the all columns in the table because that is meaningless, right? Because no business required you, no business requirement will be, I mean, like, no, there won't be any business requirement to drop all columns in the table, right? Right. So this is the summary table that I've created for you. So try to see here. So basically, this nobody will ask you question, but sometimes there may be chance that they will ask. But as an developer, you must know these things. In anyway in the project, no project in any of the project, you don't use this kind of syntaxes, and there won't be any requirement as such. Right now, see here, Oracle also you can't delete. MySQL also you can't drop all columns. Postgres also not allowed. So what kind of errors you are going to get? These are the errors that is there that you are going to get, right? So cannot drop all columns in a table. You can't delete all the columns in the alter table, right? Cannot drop all columns of a table. But what is the solution? You tell me what is the solution? Like that, like I said, right? You can take a backup of the table and then drop the table. Take the backup of the table and drop the existing table, but whatever that you wanted to delete all columns, right? Yeah, this we will come back later. So now let me go ahead and show you practically. Just a second, guys. I hope you were able to see my screen. Just a second. So screen width is more very huge. So let me, yeah, I think it's far more better, right? All right. Now see here. Initially, I will execute from the Oracle database. Okay. Now see here. There is one table called. Let me take it off. Right. And then there is one table in the database which is select star from EMP. Okay. So this is the table. And also before executing anything, let me show you. Okay, table structure. Let me check what is the table name exactly. Let me connect to the database. Just a second. Okay. Right now, see, I have connected to the Oracle database. You can see this is the Oracle database, right? So in the same screen we are going to see multiple databases, multiple relational databases. Now see here, carefully observe. Okay, now this is the table data. Okay, this is the table employee data, and having so many columns, right? With the how many records, there are so many records are there. Okay, so we don't bother about the data. So now see here, I'm going to see the structure of the database. There isn't some issue with this one. Let me fix it. Where is the public schema? Okay, just see whether we can draw. So what I wanted to draw, maybe phone number. Let me check. Now if you see here, earlier there is a column called email ID is there. Now email ID is got deleted, right? Now suppose let's say you wanted to delete multiple columns like this. Okay, let me copy this one. One is the email ID that you have deleted already. So now let me delete last name and hire date and job ID, not salary. Right. Last name, hire underscore date and salaries. Right. Now see here, I'm trying to delete the multiple columns, then see what happens. Invalid identifier. There is an error. Okay, let me fix it. Right. Now see here. Now we will see the table data again. Now see here, earlier, so there is an email ID column available. Initially, we have deleted that one. That is a single column we have dropped. And then now here, we have dropped the multiple columns. Right? Now, we have dropped the multiple columns. Right? Now, I'll try to drop the, what? I'll try to drop all columns. Right? Like this. I'll try to drop all the columns. Now, see here. Remaining columns, whatever are there, I'm trying to drop that one. That is the one column, right? This is the next column. That is the next column. Right? And then department ID. And then what is the next? Manager, right? Manager ID. Right? Let me check what will happen. I also don't know. First underscore date, first name, right? So see the error. See the error. What it is saying. So I think they have updated an error code also, right? What is the error code that we have seen? Tell me. Just remember this one error code. I'll copy here. So when you are trying to drop, so you are getting what? This is the error. So cannot drop all columns in a table. Cannot drop all columns in a table. Try to remember this one. Okay. Try to remember the error also. Now see what we can do instead of this one. So you can drop a table itself, right? Now see here. I will take the backup of the table. So create table employee. What is the table name? Employee data underscore backup. At what time you are taking the backup? That also you mentioned. It is better to follow the convention. Okay. This is a date that I've, like, how we wanted to take the backup, from which table you wanted to take backup. This is the table that you wanted to take the backup, right? Let me check. So now select star from this table. Okay, now you have taken a backup of the existing table, which is a employee data, right? I hope you are able to see my screen. Let me check if there is any option to increase the font size. Just a second, guys. I'm trying to see whether I can increase the font size. Okay, anyway, maybe in the next lecture we'll try to fix the increase the font size. Now I think you are able to understand the things. So initially, if you see here, I will point out the cursor. Just carefully observe. So this is my table. What is the table? Employee data is my table initially. So this is my table. So containing the multiple columns. Out of that, I initially deleted the one single column, which is the email ID. Now immediately I what I did, multiple columns I try to drop. Okay, it is allowed. Single column also allowed, multiple column also allowed, right? So but immediately in the next step, what I did, I try to drop all the columns, all the remaining columns. Then what it said, Oracle engine said, you cannot drop all columns in a table. Are you understand? I hope you understood. So this is the error that you got, right? What is that, Vara? 12983 cannot drop all columns in a table, right? Now for that, what I'm saying that, so instead of dropping the all columns, so it is actually meaningless to drop all columns, right? At the first place, why you created table and why you are dropping all the columns, right? Yeah, just for so knowledge purpose that we are covering this question. So what you can do instead of these, see here. So now I taken the table backup, and now what you can do, simply drop. What you can do? Tell me. Yes, you can drop the table itself directly. Drop table. Which table? Yes, employee data table itself. Can I drop? Yeah. So we'll go ahead. You are about to execute the drop table statement. Yes. Possible data loss. See here. So initially in the previous classes, when I'm covering the databases, the fundamentals, right? I'm saying that here you have a data integrity and data security and everything is there, right? Suppose if some person is coming and trying to delete the data, a table or maybe the table data, so it is not allowed. Okay, only authorized person only can delete the data. Are you getting? I think that you didn't get my that pop up. Let me see what is. Okay, let me type here. So it is saying you are about to drop. Let me tell you, you are not able to see that screen, that pop up. Let me tell you. I'm trying to drop the table, and it is saying that you are about to execute drop table statement, and immediately in the next line it is saying that possible data loss. Are you sure? Are you sure you wanted to drop the table from the database? Right? Yes. Now see here. Now I'm trying to execute the same statement again here. Right. See here. Table or view does not exist. That means you dropped all columns. You dropped all columns. That is why table is not dropped all columns. You dropped the table itself. That's why you can't see that object in the database. So I am covering this one. Interesting, in the Postgres there is a one interesting concept is there. Please be present till the last minute, because in the post there is one option, even I also don't know until until I explore this concept. So let us see that one also. Okay, now this is about the relational databases, Oracle database. Okay, now we will go and explore in the MySQL databases. Okay, now I'll close the Oracle database from the here. Now see, you can see here, so I connected all databases in the single place. Okay, in Postgres we will see at the ending. This is the MySQL database. Okay, so now I am going here and I'm executing the one. Okay, now see, this is the table that is available. Okay, employee data, same table only everywhere. Now same thing I will do here also. Same thing I'll do here also. What is that? Let us see what MySQL database will say. Yeah, so I'll do the same thing here. Maybe the syntax I think almost same in MySQL also. Let us see. Okay, so now you dropped what? Email ID column. Now you can see that there is no email ID column. Okay, so let me show you that one also. Okay, when I'm creating the table, email ID column is there. Now I dropped the column which is the email ID. Now again I'm dropping the multiple columns. See here. Okay, you have an error in the SQL syntax. Check the manual corresponding. Okay, maybe multiple columns are not allowed here. Maybe delete. Let me check that one. Okay, just a second. Now try to see. Okay, I'm also exploring the multiple. I'm also trying to explain you in the multiple databases. Okay, let me check here also. Just a second. Are you able to see my screen? Yes, you got an error. Try to fix this error, everybody. So my question is here, you have to drop multiple columns using the single drop statement, single alter statement, alter and drop statement. How can you do that one? Yes. Tell me. So now they are saying that in the MySQL, it is very simple. It is very simple. Try to understand. Now see here. Now I wanted to delete what? Multiple columns, right? Okay. There is a syntax difference will be there. That's it. So I was working in only Oracle database. Okay. I don't get chance to work on MySQL database because in my company nobody is using the MySQL. Now see here. So I will take. Okay. What is that? Next is hire date. Let us see whether it will work or not. I hope you are also executing along with me. Right? Now see here. I will try to execute here. Gone. Now see here. What are the columns that we have removed? Last name, hire date and salary. Gone. It is not there. It is not there. And now see here what I will do. What are the remaining columns? Employee ID, phone number, all these columns are remaining, right? All these columns are remaining. Let me copy all these things. Put it here. Right? What is the other thing? Yes. So all these places you need to use the drop column. Are you getting what I'm saying? Right? So we are trying to drop all columns in the database table. Right? Let us see what database MySQL database will say. Okay. I'm altering the table which is employee data. Now I wanted to delete all the remaining columns. Okay, these are the remaining columns. For your understanding purpose, so again I will try to re-execute. It is saying same thing, right? Okay, let me copy this SQL statement. Right. Let us see what it says. You cannot delete all columns with the alter statement. Okay. Let me write the error description in the 42,000. So I think in the slide also we have seen the same thing, right? Yes. Then what is the solution? Similar to Oracle database. How you taken this approach, right? Same approach. So let me copy the same thing here also. Try to explore like this. It is interesting, right? Right. So what is the error that you got here? When you are trying to drop all columns, you cannot delete all columns with alter table. See this one, and use the drop instead. That means it is saying that if you want to remove all columns from the table, then why can't you drop the table itself, right? That is what it is saying. So for that, what we are doing, instead of removing completely, before removing, I am taking the backup. I am taking the backup of the table. Okay. I'm taking backup of the table, which is employee data backup 0504 2025, right? And then I'm dropping the table. Okay, let me execute here also. Right. See, this is the backup table, so it is containing the 20 records. Okay, so it doesn't have any email ID, and also that other columns which are last name, hire date, and salary and all. Okay, because we have removed that one, right? So then we are dropping the column we are dropping the table employee data, and it is asking me, are you sure you wanted to delete? There is a possibility of data loss. Now I'm just saying yes. Okay. Now it is saying drop. Done. So now I will try to execute the. See, doesn't exist. Why? Because I dropped the table. Now I'll go to the Postgres. I'll do the same story there also. Nothing changed here. So that is the beauty of the C. If you learn one Oracle data, one database, one relational databases, you can do magic in other databases also, other relational databases, and you can learn other NoSQL databases and other things also very easily. Employee data, right? Now see here, employee data. I'm trying to execute the employee data, right? Now data is there. Now, so what I'm trying to do here, I'll do the same story here also. So before dropping all columns, see here, before dropping all columns, let me copy everything, because almost same only, nothing changes. Okay, I'll remove this one. Yes, select star from employee data. Okay, data is available, and you can see email ID column is there when I'm selecting, and then what, all other columns also there. Okay, so let me take the backup of the table, because if you remove the all data, that we may lose the some columns, right? So for that, what I will do, I will take the backup of the table. Okay, and the backup table also contain everything, each and every column you can see down below, right? Now see here, I'm trying to drop the one column which is the email ID from the main table. Before dropping, let me show you the column. Email ID column is there, right? Now see here, before dropping the email ID column, I'm just executed the table data. You can see this one, and then I'm dropping the email ID column. Okay, now again I'm going and selecting the data. Now you can see there is no email ID column. Similarly, I'm trying to drop the, see, this is the Postgres database. Okay, you can see here, okay, this is a Postgres database. I was connected to the public schema, and I'm running in the Postgres. Now you can see my cursor. Okay, I'm running in the Postgres database, which is also a relational database. It is also relational database, right? Now see here, I'm trying to drop multiple columns. Syntax at the error at the T. So let me check the So that is what, see here. Now I know only Oracle database, and also I'm able to do the job in Postgres also. You can see here. Now there are some minor issues are there. Let us fix that one. Okay, let us fix. So in MySQL, whenever you're trying to drop the this is the Oracle syntax basically, right? So it is not working in Postgres. Now I did something differently in MySQL database. Let us copy the same thing and explore here. Done. See here. Now you don't have any column which is a last name, hire date, and salary. Can you see here? Right. Now I'll try to execute. One more alter statement to remove the remaining all the columns. See, let us see what it says. Postgres database. Can I execute? Tell me. Can I? Yes. Oh, done. Let us see whether the table is available or not. Okay, so let me show you one thing, very interesting thing here. I'll share the entire screen, just a second. Now see here. So whenever you are trying to drop the all the columns, so this is what the database is saying to me. Okay, now see, this is a very interesting thing here. Okay, whenever I was trying to check the metadata of the table, I can see here, find object node by reference encountered error not found in public schema. Now just ignore that one. Now see here, I'm trying to drop the again same column. Employee data does not exist. Employee ID of the relation does not exist. Okay, are you able to see here? So in the Postgres database, you dropped all columns. Okay, there is one interesting thing here. So Postgres is allowing you to drop all columns. Initially in the slide I said it is not. It is also Postgres also not allowing you to drop all columns. But interesting thing is here. So version to version, whenever the versions are changing, Postgres is improving itself. So it is there is a one thing in the slide I'll show you, just a second. Now you practically seen, right? We have removed all columns. Let me come back to the slide, just a second. Yes. Now you can see here. So I said like you cannot drop all the columns. This is the old version, okay? But in the latest version, you can see here. So there is a possibility that even if you drop all columns also, it is allowing sometimes. See, there is a one table here. So see here, Postgres permits tables with the 0 columns. Are you able to see here? Allowing all dropping all allows Postgres allows dropping all columns from the table. Okay, it is saying that Postgres is allowing the dropping all columns from the table. This is the latest, maybe in the latest versions. Okay, earlier it is possible. There is a possibility to delete all the column. Earlier versions you can't delete, right? Just like other relational databases. In the recent version of Postgres, now see here what they are saying, that you can drop anyway all the columns from the table. Okay, so that means what they are saying, Postgres is allowing you to create a table without a column also. It is 0 columns. I don't know what is the purpose of that they created. So you can drop all columns from the table, leaving it empty. So that is what they are saying. There is a table called test table with a one column which is ID, and alter table drop column ID. So that they are saying that you are trying to drop that particular column. One table called test is having only one column which is ID. And now you are dropping that ID column. So then what they are saying? Yes, done. It is allowing, right? We have also seen, I have also seen first time, and zero column table can exist. What is the meaning of that? So zero column table also exists. Even it is very new to me. Try to understand here. So whenever you are executing, whenever you try to drop all the columns in the Oracle database, MySQL database, it is saying no. In the Postgres earlier older versions, maybe it is not allowed. But in the because of late the version upgradation, it is saying that you can drop the all columns also. That means PostgreSQL is permitting that table with the zero columns. Isn't it interesting? But what is the use of that one? I don't understand. Right? The ultimately purpose of table is to store the data, but you don't have any columns. What is the use of that? Right? I suggest you to go and read the maybe Postgres documentation. What is the purpose of the allowing this feature? Yeah, that is what they are telling. See here, such kind of tables are very rare. Very rare. We never use. Basically, we never think of dropping a column, dropping a table in the project. You never even have it. They don't even give permission to drop the column, also permission to drop even single record also. Try to understand. Okay, so this is all about today's class. What we have seen in the today's class, can you tell me? So we have seen, so how can, is it possible to drop all columns in the table, right? We have gone through the Oracle database practically and MySQL database and PostgreSQL. Ultimately, initially I said that while starting the class, it is not possible to drop all columns. Yes, we have seen practically in Oracle it is not possible. In MySQL also it is not possible. When it comes to the PostgreSQL, they are saying that it is possible. I executed in front of you. It is, yes, it is there. A table with a zero columns, it is there. So there may be chance that if you say I know multiple databases and if when you sit in front of the interviewer, there may be chance that is it possible to drop all columns? Tell me whether it is possible in Oracle, whether possible in MySQL, whether it is possible in PostgreSQL. Then what do you say? So that is why you can go through this table summary. Yeah. And the third point, when you say initially I said no, now you have to say that there may be chance that Postgres sometime allow you based on the version to version, it may allow you. Right? You can even drop all columns in the even Postgres also. Right? Interesting point, right? Yes. If you want to learn similar kind of interesting problems, DSV related problems, SQL related problems, and scenario based questions like this, right? And FAANG level interview questions, if you want some real time use cases, try to join these groups. We are going to provide lot of material, lot of content is coming on the way to help you for interview process, job searching process. Try to join these groups, and if possible try to enroll the program which is launched by the EPT. So we are a new batch is there, right? So already one batch is running and new batch is also about to launch. So try to explore the program. So the important is here. So majority of the cases in the market DSA programs, when you see, so they will cover the basic computer science fundamentals. But here we have taken one database exclusively and providing a real-time project on this one, on that one. So we are not only teach you the basics of the SQL, we are going to deep dive into the subject. We will understand the more in depth about each and every topic. So after completing the program, definitely you will be think like an experienced professional. Are you getting what I'm saying? So you, after completing the course, you are ready to work on the project directly without any fear. No need of further training. Okay. All right. So whatever you are learning, so we will try to write it in your LinkedIn post. Try to engage with the technical posts. Try to tag your teacher. Try to tag us. We will also suggest some few things to you. We will provide some free resources to you, roadmaps and many more things. And if you have any doubts, and if you have any concerns, and if you need more details about our premium courses, try to reach out to us. Right? Thank you, guys.